my friends, let me say welcome to another session of John Sports Corner. And I will tell you something. It might be cold in Atlanta, it might be cold in New York, but John Sports Corner is hot. So
Feeling
John,
hot, hot,
so
hot.
John, so John, let me say again, welcome to our listeners. And thank you for taking the time out to do all the research that you are doing every week so that we can at least keep our viewers up to date on what is happening in our community in the world of sports. So again, I say, John, thank you and welcome again to your platform, John Sports Corner.
Thank you so much, Trevor, and a very good afternoon to all. And again, I suppose I have to say thank you for inviting me to be a part of the Sosofat platform, Trevor, and also to the folks behind the scene
Yes.
who get things done and try to make me look good. So, but a very good afternoon, folks. Again, welcome to John Sports Corner on the Sosofat Media Network. Let me also remind you, you may go to Winner Circle Sports in the Sosofat shop and purchase your
Yes.
choice of merchandise as listed. There are t-shirts. You can get t-shirts. You can get backpacks. You can get mugs. And of course, the Great Jamaican Blue Mountain Coffee. It will go very well with one of the Sosofat mugs. And the items, you'll get the items with the Winner Circle Sports logo printed on it. So
Yes.
Christmas is coming, folks. And as I keep saying, you can maybe make an unusual Christmas gift with the Great Jamaican Blue Mountain Cafe.
Yes.
Before again I talk sports, just want to again remind you that the Rochdale Village Community Center in Queens of New York is having their pre-Kwanzaa and Christmas pop-up shop on Saturday, December 14th,
Okay.
3 p.m. to 9 p.m. And it's an opportunity to get some Christmas shopping done, also supporting our Black businesses. So
Okay.
let's talk sports as usual. I like to start with birthdays. Yesterday, a good friend of mine, former Jamaica College and Manning Cup and Oliver Shield star, Mickey Mott, celebrated a birthday. Also, Frank Sinclair, 1998 Reggae Boys, part of that Reggae Boys World Cup team. He celebrated a birthday. Today, Rochelle Burton, a track athlete, celebrates. And an athlete that gave us um, years and many thrills at Madison Square Garden. And they
Okay.
called him Bernard King.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes.
He celebrates a birthday today.
He was a
Uh,
sharpshooter.
excellent ball handler and player.
Yes.
On Saturday, Mike, the body snatcher McCallum,
Yeah.
celebrates a birthday. Mike McCallum, of course, out of Jamaica, won world titles as a super welterweight, a
Mm-hmm.
middleweight,
Oh
and a
yes.
light heavyweight.
Light heavyweight.
Vilma Charlton, one of our athletes of yesteryear, who also serves as an administrator today in the Jamaica Athletics Administrative Association, celebrates her birthday on Saturday too. Also, current Dominica and West Indies cricketer Ali Cathanes will celebrate her birthday on Saturday. Then on Sunday, Raheem Sterling, who plays in the English Premiership and who is out of Marvelly in Jamaica,
Uh-huh.
he will celebrate a birthday on Monday.
He's what? He's with Liverpool?
He is no. I think he is on loan now to, should I say, Arsenal.
Oh, okay.
I think he was with from Liverpool to Liverpool, Manchester City to Chelsea. and I think he's on loan now with Arsenal.
But you know, John, you know, in consider the fact that the British are not being very nice to their Commonwealth citizens.
Yeah.
Okay, I would think that they would have been able to persuade Sir Sterling by this time to play for the Reggae Boys.
Yeah, but he played for England for several. He is no, he played for England, Trevor.
I know, but about time he kick England to the curb. That's what I'm saying.
Because of, I guess, how many times no he has played for England and still eligible. You know,
Oh, okay,
although I don't think he will ever. I don't think he'll be selected again because he has seemed to have fallen off a bit now.
okay.
As he gets older, as we
Oh,
all get older, you know, um, yeah,
you're not,
and
he was
and
close to now.
he's not even in the Premiership. No, he's not playing 90 minutes of football.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Um, the nominees for the 63rd annual Radio Jamaica Sportsman and Sportswoman of the Year awards were announced this morning. And while there are 8 men and 5 women nominated, unexpected outstanding performances between now and December 31st could see more names added to the list.
Where are these people coming from, John? Jamaica or out of the world?
Jamaica, this is the Sportsman and Sportswoman of the Year in Jamaica.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. The winners will be announced at the Gala Awards function on Friday, January 17th at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel.
Oh boy.
And the panel to select the nominees were Michael Hall, Dion Hemmings McCarthy, who is Jamaica's first female Olympic gold medalist,
Oh yes.
Courtney Sargent, and Keith Wellington.
I remember she was honored at City Hall by Team Jamaica Bickle about 12 years ago.
Yes. And I was lucky enough, she was gracious enough to take a picture with me.
Well, you know, I was not on the totem pole at that time. Low man on the totem pole.
As a matter of fact, too, you know, Trevor, I believe my cousin is our dentist in Jamaica.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. Anyway, the male nominees are Akeem Blake, Rashid Broadbell, Rajindra Campbell, Roisin MacDonald, Kerry McLeod, Wayne Pinnock, Roger Stoner, and Kishane Thompson. The female nominees are Rochelle Clayton, Akira Nugent, Nikisha Price, Shanika Ricketts, and Laurie Sharp. Interesting, Laurie Sharp is the only non-track and field person in the 13 athletes selected, Trevor. She's a cyclist.
Okay, so everybody else is running.
Everybody else is in track and field.
Nobody from soccer?
Nobody.
Nobody from cricket?
I'll tell you what is happening there, though. No, well, we don't have any. Jamaica really doesn't have any real outstanding cricketers now.
Oh my.
That we could say is athlete of the year material.
Oh my.
We just don't.
But what about the goalkeeper for the Reggae Boys, John? I mean, I think he is an outstanding rank. I would say rank very high.
Andre, you have brought up a very interesting.
Andre Blake.
He's outstanding, you know, Trevor. But he has not won anything on the international stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And even Khadija Bonishaw.
Yes.
She has had she plays in probably the most popular, the biggest women's football league in the world.
That's right.
and is outstanding leading goal scorer.
Yes. So how come she's not even on the on the low
Well,
low hanging fruits?
well, how I understand it, Trevor, the nominees for athlete of the year, or sportsman of the year rather, or sportswoman, have to participate in a world event.
And Olympic is not a world event.
Yeah, the Olympics is a world event.
So she was there.
You have raised, yeah, because but not Olympic. She played in the World Cup.
Yeah, in the World Cup, yes.
She played in the World Cup. So it's interesting that she has not been selected as an athlete, a sportswoman or sportswoman of the year. She's not on the list, and you have to wonder why.
And you have 9 persons ahead of her that none of the names that you call I recognize.
Well, 5. You have the five women and eight men.
And most of the women name that you called are not name brands.
Well, no, Trevor. Because Shanika Ricketts won silver medal in the triple jump at the Paris Olympics last year.
Mm-hmm.
And the other ladies that didn't win in the Olympic Games, but they had outstanding
season
international careers. Okay. Like Akira Nugent did well. What's her name? Rochelle Clayton was 5th in the 400 hurdles at the Olympic Games, and ran quite well. Nikisha Price was the fastest Jamaican woman over 400 meters.
Mm-hmm.
So these ladies performed on the world stage, and
I don't want to take away from what they did. I just know that if you put 6 names on a table right now, and you put Bunny Shaw's name there, and you say check off the one that is most recognizable, I think Bunny Shaw's name is going to get ticked off first, worldwide.
And yes, and the fact that she has played in a FIFA World Cup, which is a world tournament, yes, regardless of the fact that we didn't win, but they got to the last 16, which was the first time any Caribbean country has ever gotten that far in a world football tournament.
And she was one of the most talked about women.
Yeah, and still is.
What most talked about during the process.
Oh, wow. And although I think she missed 5 games last year because of injury.
Mm-hmm.
She was still the leading goal scorer.
Okay.
In the league.
That's my point.
She has come back this year, and I think she has something like 12 goals so far in all competitions. Well, she scored 2 goals on Friday in that friendly against South Africa. So she might have more than the 12 when I last checked.
Yes. Well, we need to keep an eye on that and find out exactly how the judging and the selection process takes place.
Yeah.
For novices like me who sees the brand when the light when it pops up, the question is gonna be asked not only by myself but by other people on the outside there.
Yeah.
That you can have 5.
Why is Bunny Shaw not?
I mean, she's not
on that list.
She not even make the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's questionable.
Anyway, the People's Choice nominees are Rashid Broadbell, Akira Nugent, Khadija Bonishaw, Roger Stoner, Kishane Thompson, Shivani Willis of Arnold Gardens for his stunning goal against Portmore in the Jamaica Premier League.
Okay.
And as we spoke about Bonnie not being there, so I'll move on to track and field news as World Athletics 2024 award list is out. Sifan Hassan of the Netherlands is the World Athletics Women's Athlete of the Year 2024. The male honor went to Botswana's Letsile Tibogo, who also took home the Male Track Athlete of the Year award, while Sidney McLaughlin-Levrone of the United States named World Athletics Female Track Athlete of the Year. The
Wow.
Women's Field Athlete of the Year went to Ukraine's Yaroslava Mahuchich, while Sweden's Mondo Duplantis took home the Male Field Athlete of the Year award.
You know,
Sifan,
John, you got that far, you know, I not mentioned Kenya, and my ears start ringing, okay?
well, Sifan Hassan of the Netherlands picked up her second award, the Women's Out of Stadium Award. The male equivalent went to Ethiopia's Hamira Tola. Then, of course, there are the Rising Star Awards, and the Women's Award went to Ethiopia's Sembo Almayu, while the male award went to Italy's Mattia Furlani.
Oh, boy.
Jamaica's double under 20 world champion gold medalist, Brianna Williams, has moved to the John Smith camp in California following 2 years in Jamaica, where she showed little improvement. Smith says adapting to a new system requires not just physical adjustment, but mental recalibration. But that if Brianna remains the course, with time, he can make her one of Jamaica's greatest female sprinters. She has a personal best of 10.94 in the 100 meters, done in 2022, and 22.50 seconds in the 200, done in 2018. I just think, you know, Trevor, with Brianna Williams, it just seemed to me in the last year or so, 18 months, she seemed more interested in modeling than in.
So
I mean, it's just an observation
well,
to me.
It's so like
You know,
it's like Rihanna says she wants to get away from the singing thing and get more involved in the I guess in the cosmetic and the other things that making her more money. I don't know.
well,
But John, I'm just surprised that along we're talking, you know, we have not mentioned Miss St. Lucia, my friend Alfred.
yeah, Julian Alfred. I think.
Yeah.
Well, she, Sidney McLaughlin-Levrone beat her out in that category.
Oh boy.
And really, if you're talking about the women's athlete of the year 2024, you cannot discount Sifan Hassan. Sifan Hassan won 3 medals in the last Olympic Games, including the marathon.
Okay.
And that is why she got that award, what they call it now, the Out of Stadium Award.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because those were long distance runs that were taking place all over the place, I guess.
Well, she doesn't run anything shorter than, I think it's 5,000.
Okay.
Or 3,000, somewhere around there. 3,000, 5,000, 10,000. That's her. That's what she runs.
Out of stadium.
And then she stepped up and ran the marathon at the Paris Olympic Games, and she won it.
Okay.
You know, so she's really an outstanding athlete, Trevor. So, you can't take it away from her.
Okay, and so Jamaica, you know, didn't draw, you know, draw blank among the world rankings at this time.
Well, our premier women weren't at the Olympic Games or didn't perform.
Yes.
Past the heats in the Olympic Games, and our youngsters are, you know, they have the potential, and I think they'll be coming along.
Yeah, they're coming. Okay.
But I think with Brianna Williams, based on what she did as an under 20 world champion, in the last couple of years, I would have expected her to be a lot better than she is. So I hope John Smith can really bring it out of her now, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, because she was she's real good, you know.
And
But as I said, she was if you see a lot of things with her modeling, you know.
well, you
So I
know,
don't know.
well, you know, maybe she model more often than she runs.
Well, that's my observation. I think if she really puts her head into it,
Mm.
she you will see a real, maybe not next year, but the year after. Because when you move to a new coach, it takes time really to
Oh
get
yes,
into the system, his system, and what he's trying to get you to do.
yes,
And if you buy into what he's trying to do, you
right.
know, with you know, you have to buy into it too.
Yes, because different coaches come from different directions, even though they end up in
Oh
the
yeah,
same place.
oh yeah.
You know, yeah. No boy.
Um, just moving on to cricket, Trevor.
Uh-huh.
Cricket West Indies to convene a meeting on Friday to vote on implementing the governance reforms recommended by the Webby report. One of the items that caught my eye was the duration of office of Cricket West Indies presidents and vice presidents, as well as the introduction of term limits.
Oh boy.
Commissioned in 2019, the Webby report recommended several critical reforms designed to strengthen the effectiveness, accountability, and transparency of Cricket West Indies governance framework.
Mm-hmm.
The 6 full member shareholders who will vote are Barbados, Guyana, Jamaica, Leeward Islands, Trinidad and Tobago, and the Windward Islands, all the 6 cricket boards.
Okay.
West Indies capitulated to Bangladesh at Sabina Park in the second test. Bangladesh 164, Jaden Sears 4 for 5 in 15.5 overs. It's the most economical spell in Test cricket in the last 46 years.
Whoa. Whoa.
And Bangladesh 268 in their second innings. West Indies 146 in their first innings and asked to get 287 in their second innings, folded for 185.
Wow.
So
Wow.
the
Wow.
series was tied at 1 apiece.
Mm. Wow.
At Sabina Park, the chase score in the second innings is 212 at to chase for victory.
Mm-hmm.
So the 287 was really a task for this young West Indian batsmen who don't seem to bat well in their second innings.
Oh.
And they didn't bat well in their first innings because they went in at the close of play at 70-1 on day 2. And the following day, they lost their last 9 wickets for 70 runs.
Oh boy.
So
They never,
bowled out. So bowled out.
they never slept. They never slept between days, huh?
Well, I don't know what happened, but maybe maybe it's not even a question of sleeping, you know. When a spinner playing tricks with you,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
you know, turning some
So
flips.
enough said.
um, but this was Bangladesh's first test win in the Caribbean in 15 years.
Oh.
The series now moves on to St. Kitts and Nevis for the one-day internationals. And Cricket West Indies named their squad for the 3-game one-day international series, which bowls off on Sunday at Warner Park. It is being dubbed the West Indies home for Christmas.
Home for
All
Christmas.
3 games, and all 3 games will be played at Warner Park.
Okay.
There are two changes to the squad that defeated England 2-1 recently. All-rounder Justin Greaves and wicketkeeper batsman Amir Jangu in for Hayden Walsh Jr. and Jewel Andrew. The squad is Shea Hope captain, Brandon King vice captain, Kesey Carty, Ruston Chase, Matthew Ford, Justin Graves, Shimron Hetmeyer, Amir Jangu, Alzari Joseph, Shamar Joseph, Evan Lewis, Gudakesh Moti, Sherfain Rutherford, Jaden Seals, and Romario Shepherd. As I say, game 1 is Sunday, game 2 will be on December 10th, and game 3, December 12th. And just a reminder again, Cricket West Indies named their women's team to tour India this month for 3 2020s and 3 one-day internationals. And that squad is Haley Matthews, captain, Shemaine Campbell, vice captain, Alia Aline, Shamila Connell, Narissa Crafton, Deandra Dotting, Afi Fletcher, Shabika Gajnabi, Chanel Henry, Zayda James, Kiana Joseph, Mandy Mangru, Ashmini Munisar, Karishma Ramharak, and Rashada Williams. Notably absent from the squad is Stefani Taylor, who is still rehabbing that injured knee. The head coach is Shane Dietz, the manager Sheena Gooding, while the assistant coaches are Ryan Austin and Damian Wright. The series bowls off December 15th with the first 2020 at the DR DY Patel Sports Academy in Navi, Mumbai.
Mumbai. Mumbai. That's India, right?
Yes.
India.
Yes. India.
Mhm.
Opinions on the decision by Jamaica Scorpions captain John Campbell and Barbados Pride's captain Raymond Reefer to not show up for the regional Super 50 final point toss rages on.
Okay, yeah, we talked about that last week, and we hope
Yes.
that they would have given us an explanation since we have. The team itself is not speaking even after all the debate that's taking place.
Well, match referee Ryan King has charged both captains with a level 3 of the Cricket West Indies Code of Conduct, which means both captains face an 8-month ban.
8 months.
Which means they'll be ineligible for West Indies selection, and they'd also miss the Cricket West Indies 4-day tournament. I feel it though for John Campbell, Trevor, coming off an almost 2-year ban and trying to restart his cricketing career, which is already a checkered career as far as I'm concerned. But while all fingers point to John Campbell and Raymond Reefer, their decisions had to be a team discussion.
Yes.
Between both teams and managers or captain or coaches.
Naturally.
So do the coaches play a role in this discussion, and if so, will they too be sanctioned? It appears over the last few years, West Indies cricketers have been able to dictate to their board. I don't know if this is a test.
So
Trevor.
Is there an appeal stage, and is there somebody that outside of this jury
certainly
appeal to?
Certainly the Jamaica Cricket Board and Barbados Cricket Board, and I know Jamaica has had meetings already with the captain and the coach, and of course, West Indies Cricket will do their investigation, and the West Indies Players Association, we have not heard from them, but I know they will be involved.
Yeah, because I am anticipating a threatened boycott.
And Barbados, it's been reported that it's alleged that Barbados is threatening legal action
Okay, all right. Now you see,
So,
I want our viewers, your listeners, to clearly understand what what is up front and what might be happening in the background,
mhm.
because we know that the captain works for somebody. He's not. He doesn't own the team, and you had good time between the decision, the time the decision was made, and the time that the time toss was supposed to take place. And we
Now,
don't think that both captains decide to go rogue. Okay, as you said, it has to be a team decision,
yeah,
and therefore the team should therefore factor into the decision making process.
and Trevor, I heard I there's very little we can say about it, and there's a lot of speculation.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you wonder what role. I know Cricket West Indies had just signed a deal with, I think it's ESPN Caribbean.
Oh.
So you have to wonder maybe what role that might have played in getting the game. Because as I might have mentioned last week, the the teams were informed at 5:45
Right.
that the game was going to be played starting at 6:17,
Mm-hmm.
and that the toss was going to be spun at 6 o'clock. Now, one of the things I've heard our man coach say is that when they were told that the toss was going to be spun at 6 o'clock for the game to start at 6:17, some of the players had injuries, and you had to get them ready now to go and play cricket, and there was not enough time to get them ready to go on the field to play.
Mm. So
But as I've said, I think there is more to what has transpired than we have heard so far.
and the decision of giving them a 17-minute warning or as to when the game was going to be starting, John, is that standard, or would that be regarded as negligence on the part of the umpires in giving them that shorter time, granted that they know that you need to warm up in order for you to go out there and start pitching fastballs down at the stumps?
No, there's another. There are so many angles, Trevor. The game actually was to start at 1 o'clock,
Oh.
but rain started at 12.
Okay.
So the question is between 1
And
and let's say 5:30, 5:45.
yes.
What what was happening? Was there any cross communication during that period between match referee and umpires and the teams and the team coaches?
Which is naturally
To
expected to occur.
to and kind of would alert them to say, well, the match is going to be played. It's just a matter of when we're going to start.
Yes, yes.
And there was the start time was established that the latest the game could be played was 6:17.
Mm.
So, but then you say to yourself, in coming to say to the coach, well, at basically half an hour, that you get ready to play, guys. We're going to be playing at 6:17. As the coach said, there were some, and I don't know if this is a valid reason. Um, how but if the match referee and the umpire says the game is to be played, Trevor,
Mm-hmm.
they have the last word.
Okay. That's the question I'm asking. That would it be regarded as a negligent decision on their part to give players 15 minutes, less than 15 minutes to get ready, when one, the field was wet to begin with, and they have to go there and get their feet accustomed to playing on a wet field, among other things, and warm up, which is crucial for all sports, John. All sports.
And especially at that level.
Yes. You know?
And playing in maybe what if you want to call it slippery conditions.
Well, that's why I say the wet field.
You have to be properly warmed up.
Yes, yes.
You know?
Well, maybe those two, that umpire and the referee, might find themselves being put under the microscope too.
It probably, yeah.
You know?
And as I say, I don't know if the advent of TV now, that the game had to be played.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know if that have anything to do with it. But when camera set up for a game, Trevor.
Well,
and sponsorship.
and that is why I said that, you need to we need to get a clear understanding as to why it was so important that the game had to be played, even when on many occasions they have called games because of rain.
And treacherous conditions.
And treacherous conditions. Yeah.
Yeah. But we shall see what transpires in the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
I'm sure, we certainly have not heard the last about that.
Well, I am sure some of our friends out there in Hall of Fame community might have some ideas. Because I think, as I'm a layman, a lay person in that sense.
I actually tried reaching a certain person, Trevor, to get their
opinion,
first opinion on it.
Well, maybe because, we can get them here next week.
Because he played cricket at least at that level. So although he's not in Jamaica, but he probably could share certain things with you.
Well, if we could get them here for a short time next week, they might be able to put some meat on the bone, John.
But but you see the sticking point, Trevor, is that when the match referee and the umpire say game on, game is on.
Even if it's a downpour out there.
Once I say game on, game is on.
Well, I'm sure that they might have go back and start reviewing the rules and the bylaws and understand that sometimes some of them might slip and fall. Okay. Because we have seen the other games being called, baseball games being called, soccer games being called for different reasons, So it's and establishing the type of rules that when it comes around, there's no question afterward raised, because it has been well, discussed and documented. And this one was a surprise to the extent that if I was those two captains and I knew that I stood to be sanctioned for 8 months, I would be out there in my shorts.
Well, and I think sometimes, though, Trevor, we play sports, but we don't know rules.
Well, that is what I'm saying. That's my point.
And I remember when I played a little, and I was no great soccer player, but with my club, what the coach did when a season was approaching, he would get a referee to come in and then demonstrate certain things to us and ask us, what's the call? To educate us on what referees, how they think, what they see, and why they make certain calls.
But I would think the captains, John, the captains would be seasoned players.
Yeah, there might be seasoned players, but sometimes they not too cognizant of rules
And the consequences.
and the consequences.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Because if I am coming off almost a 2-year ban
Yeah.
and getting a chance to get back into cricket,
Mm-hmm.
why would I want to do something again to jeopardize my career? And I'm
Right.
trying to get back to the highest level
Exactly.
of the game.
Exactly.
Hmm? So
And
somebody's not thinking.
you raised that point last week, and that is why I brought it back again this week. That this just does not this 2 and 2 doesn't make 4 right here. When you're talking about the captain's conduct, and that the
Hmm.
captain is is in consistent communication with the manager. Okay, and
Hmm.
while the captain can be suspended, the manager cannot be suspended. Is not being discussed as being paying any being accountable for the actions of the captain.
What they call it, he's not complicit. Yeah,
You know,
because it is not a captain's decision.
yes, it's not.
At least I don't think it's only a captain's decision there, you know. And unfortunately, and I'm sure when the players might have looked at the field and said, no, we can't play on that.
All right.
There might be puddles around the field and that kind of thing, you know.
And
But
I would have figured they would turn up out there with the time that the toss was gonna be and say to the umpire, listen, my players said they can't play on this field.
to be you have to look at things in a broad sense, the match referee,
Mm-hmm.
is he also, do we have a problem with him that he made a bad decision to say the game has to be played?
Yes, that's my
Y-
point too.
you know so but we'll hear with the various investigations and we'll see what happens.
Okay, well,
But then, as I say, when the match referee and the and the umpire say game on, the game is on.
okay.
It's just simple as that.
Well, I'm sure, John, that somewhere down the line, some of these players gonna be decline the position of captain.
No, not really, not Trevor.
The captain make more.
Especially when it comes to a little bit more remuneration.
Okay.
And to be captain is, I think, is a little bit more. It's a prestigious to be captain.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
I guess the consequences therefore comes with the job.
yeah. you know. Anyway, let's move on, Trevor. As a masterclass performance by West Indies women's captain Hayley Matthews, leading Melbourne Renegades to their maiden Big Bash Women's League title in Australia.
Wow.
In a game shortened to 12 overs, batting first, Hayley Matthews scored 69 off 61 balls. In the Renegades, 141 for 9 from their 12 overs. Then she turned around and picked up 2 wickets for 24 runs off 3 overs. In the Brisbane Heat, 90 for 6 from their 12 overs. Pakistan by 10 wickets over Zimbabwe in game 2 of their 3-game 2020 series. Zimbabwe bowled out for 57 from 12.4 overs. Brian Bennett, 21. Sufyan McQueen, 5 for 3 from 2.4 overs. 5 wickets. Yes, 5 for 3 of 2.4 overs. Pakistan, 61 without loss from 5.3 overs. Saeem Ayud, 36 not out. Omir Yusuf, 22 not out. Pakistan has taken an unbeatable 2-game lead in the 3-game series.
Okay.
Australia and India, big one, second test tomorrow in Adelaide. It's a day-night affair. India defeated Australia by 295 runs in the Perth first test.
Wow.
And with Rohit back in the team, questions arise as to where he and Shubman Gill will bat.
Okay. Hmm.
Abu Dhabi T10 League. Deccan Gladiators win their second T10 title in 3 years by defeating Sam Army by 8 wickets. Sam Army 104 for 7 from 10 overs. Gladiators 110 for 2 from 6.5 overs. The Gladiators captain is Nicholas Poran out of Trinidad and Tobago and West Indies. In the Global Super League, the Lahore Qalandars defeated Victoria by 10 runs last night at Providence. Qalandars 139 for in 19.5 overs. Mirza Beige 39, Dominic Drakes 3 for 18 from 4 overs. Jackson Smith 3 for 30 from 3.5 overs rather. Victoria 129 in 19.3 overs. Joe Clark 32, Tabriz Shamsi 3 for 11 from 4 overs. Asif Afridi 3 for 31 from 4. Victoria, Guyana Amazon Warriors, and Lahore Qalandars all on 4 points with 2 wins and 1 loss after 3 games. Guyana Amazon Warriors and Ranjpur Riders game should be in progress as we speak. In the world of football, Jamaica Reggae Girls wrapped up their friendlies against South Africa with a 3-2 win at the Montego Bay Sports Complex. Second half goals by Vian Sampson, Drew Spence, and Kayla McKenna counted goals from Linda Mothalo and Amogelan Motu. South Africa lose both friendlies, but I liked what I saw of this South Africa team, Trevor.
Okay.
And I think with some serious training and preparation, they could be troublesome in the next Women's World Cup. Some of the ladies, can I say, played like guys. They played skillful football. The things that you would see guys do. Yeah. And really, I was impressed in what I saw with these young ladies from South Africa. Yeah, Anyway, the Jamaica Football Past Players Association, formed in 1997, is having their inaugural awards ceremony next Friday, December 13th at the Melbourne Cricket Club. Special honorees are Howard Juicy Bell, Michael Tullow, and the late Freddie Green posthumously. Contributions may be sent to Scotiabank in the account name of Millennium Solutions Limited. And I think this is account number 651310, and that's in Ligani, Kingston 6. Now, Howard Bell, I actually played business house football with him when I worked with Separate back in the day. But he was an excellent footballer, Trevor. He was a remarkable footballer as a youngster. And Freddie Green, actually Freddie Green was also, he played football high school and for Jamaica, but he was one of my coaches when I tried to run track. And the one champs that I went to, he took me as a reserve for the relay team. Yeah, Freddie Green. But he was a nice person, very soft-spoken, unassuming. Yeah, Freddie Green. Jamaica schoolboy football season down to the business end of the season now. Manning Cup semi-final yesterday. Jamaica College and St. Catherine in a 1-1 stalemate. But the Saints go marching on as they defeat Jamaica College 5-4 in penalty shootout. While Kingston College defeated Heidel 2-0. Um, Actually, Hydel defeated Kingston College at this stage last year. So, because of the defeat of Jamaica College, there will be no second round with Jamaica College and Kingston College. Jamaica College defeated Kingston College earlier in the season, 3-1. But now KC is in the final, along with the first-time finalist, St. Catherine.
Okay.
In the Walker Cup final takes place on Friday between Excelsior and Mona High. Mona, of course, were the defending Manning Cup champions, but they got knocked out this year.
Oh.
The Costa Cup semi-final, Ocherias plays McGrath, while Glenmuir plays Gabi Maceo. Ben Francis Cup semi-finals, St. Elizabeth Technical 3-2 over Frome Tech, Clarendon College 1-0 over Denby. There we go again. Clarendon College was the defending
champions,
the Costa Cup and Oliver Shield champions, but they get knocked out of the Costa Cup, so they are playing the Ben Francis. Well, at the beginning of the season, Lenny Hyde, who coaches Clarendon, he did say he has a young team and he had to be building again. So it's good to see them get to the Ben Francis final.
Right.
So the Ben Francis final will see the 6-time winner St. Elizabeth Technical against the 4-time winner Clarendon College.
Okay.
Champions Cup. Glenmuir became the first team to defend the cup when they defeated Jamaica College 3-1 at the National Stadium. Moving along to Jamaica Premier League, results from last weekend: Tivoli 3-2 over Chapelton Maroons, Racing and Humble Lion in a 1-1 stalemate, Dunby Holding and Portmore in a 3-3 stalemate, Mount Pleasant 4-0 over Mullines United, Harbourview and Veer in a 0-0 stalemate, while Arnett Gardens 1-0 over Waterhouse. Midweek results: Mount Pleasant 6-0 over Veer, and Waterhouse and Montego Bay United in a 1-1 stalemate. This weekend, Portmore plays Racing, Veer takes on Chapelton Maroons, Cavalier against Mullines United, Tivoli against Montego Bay, Waterhouse plays Dunby Holden, Humble Lion takes on Mount Pleasant, and Arnett Gardens against Harbour View. The leading goal scorer so far is Warner Dwayne Brown of Arnett Gardens with 7 goals, followed by 6 players with 5 goals.
This Mount Pleasant team, John, I'm picking them against Humble Lion in the next game, because seems like the Mount Pleasant team has scored 10 goals in the last 2 games and have given up any.
Well, maybe you never know. They say Humble Lion, You might just humble Mount Pleasant.
Humble Lion.
Yeah. Anyway, congratulations to Jamaica's Cavalier Football Club, my former club, after winning the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup Championship last night.
Oh!
Cibo Football Club of Dominican Republic actually defeated Cavalier 2-1 in last night's return game in the Dam Rep. But that one goal that Cavalier scored turned out to be the winner.
Away goal, eh?
On the FIFA away goal rule.
Away goal.
Because Cavalier defeated them 1-0 last week.
Yes.
At the National Stadium.
Yes.
The championships also gained Cavalier a spot in the 2025 CONCACAF Champions Cup. Haiti, Real Hope, took 3rd place by defeating Dominican Republic's Mocha Football Club 3-2 in the second leg to win the 2-way tie 4-2. Real Hope also qualified for the CONCACAF Champions Cup.
Boy.
English Premiership. We have a lot of football here going on now, Trevor. English Premiership. Brighton last weekend and Southampton in a 1-1 stalemate. Brentford 4-1 over Leicester. Leicester's 7th loss in 13 games. Crystal Palace and Newcastle in a 1-1 stalemate. Nottingham Forest 1-0 over Ipswich. Bournemouth 4-2 over Wolves. Arsenal 5-2 over West Ham. Chelsea 3-0 over Aston Villa. Manchester United 4-0 over Everton. And Manchester United's new coach, Ruben Amorim's first Premier League win in this game.
Mm.
Tottenham and Fulham in a 1-1 stalemate. And Liverpool 3-0 over Manchester City. So the losing continued for City, but that is
Yeah,
how it is. And of course, let me hear you say, ouch, Trevor.
Oh, so
Ouch. Tottenham goalkeeper Guglielmo Vicario sidelined after breaking his ankle
oh my
in
God.
a 4-0 win over Manchester United a couple Saturdays ago.
Mm.
He hurt his ankle in a collision with City winger Savino in the first half. He was treated during the halftime break and actually finished the game, played out the game second half.
Oh boy.
And then it was subsequently found that the ankle was broken. But
Probably a year-line fracture, as I like to call it.
well, you know, Trevor, I know you played some sports as a youngster. Have you ever had any of those disabling injuries? Yeah. I mean, I have had a few, you know, Trevor. I broke my right wrist.
Okay.
I had a hairline fracture of my right instep.
Okay.
One night at the stadium, I was playing, and just as I took a shot, the defender stepped on my instep.
Oh boy.
I've had a slip disc in my neck. I
Okay,
broke my nose. The last one was I broke my nose in a football final at Wingate High School.
you're like the bionic man.
You know. But I tell you, Trevor, you see that fractured instep?
Uh,
That was the most pain I
oh,
have
yeah.
ever felt in all my injuries.
Mm.
And I
Did they put it in a cast?
no,
And
no, the doctor
that's
he
why it
didn't
hurt
put
so
it.
much.
He didn't. He said no, he wouldn't put that, but just go home and keep my foot up for a couple of days.
Mm.
But it took a while to heal.
Yes.
And I think why it hurt so much that Saturday night, I had just met this young lady who I was to meet at a party after the game, and I couldn't go to the party, Trevor.
Well, did you regard that as a good omen?
You know, uh, but it's so interesting, you know. My buddy up the street, he played for another club. So I got up the Sunday morning and I hopped up to his, he lived about 4 houses down from me.
Uh-huh.
So I went up there to check on him to see how his game went.
Mm-hmm.
And in coming home, walking back home, hopping, I see a car pulled up beside me. And when I looked in there, I saw 2 young ladies and they said, "Oh, you're really hurt." You know? Yeah, yeah,
So you got off the hook.
yeah. I did. It really hurt. I tell you, Trevor, but you know, that's how life is.
Yes.
Yesterday there was an English Premiership game. Crystal Palace 1-0 over Ipswich, and Leicester 3-1 over West Ham. And this is Leicester's first win under new coach Ruud van Nistelrooy, and their third win for the season.
Okay.
Now, Ruud van Nistelrooy took charge on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And although he attended the game on Sunday against Brentford in that Brentford loss, He said he was astonished by the number of offers he received as a result of his caretaker spell with Manchester United when Eric Ten Hag was fired.
Right. Because the
Uh,
pay, because he did well.
it, and he said he coached it was PSV Eindhoven for a year or something like that. He coached under 18 and under 20 and never got that kind of response. And he won with PSV a championship.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm.
but he's expected to do well with
Okay.
Leicester for the rest of the season, and we shall see. There are two new coaches now, Ruben Amorim and Van Nistelrooy.
Mm. Well,
So we shall see.
Leicester slipped over the last 4 years, you know.
Well, Leicester, and they were demoted, and
Yeah.
they thought they were back.
Yeah, they slipped.
I remember that they won the championship 2015-16
Yes.
season
And
with
they were the
with
Cinderella.
yeah, and Jamaica's West Morgan Reggae Boy
Yes.
was the captain of the team.
Yes, a Cinder, yeah, and that is why it struck such a chord in the Caribbean because Morgan was there,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, and they were the Cinderella team that year. And I mean,
yeah.
so it
Hmm.
was yeah, they slipped, they went down afterwards from
And
that
I think they won a
Unilever.
Champions League a year or 2 years after. So
Yes,
they.
yes.
Anyway, there were games today, midweek games in the Premier League.
Mm.
Everton 4-0 over Wolverhampton. Manchester City has won a game.
Oh,
3 goals
finally.
to zip over Nottingham.
Okay.
Newcastle and Liverpool in a 3-3 stalemate. Chelsea 5-1 over Southampton. Arsenal 2-1, 2-zip over Manchester United. And Aston Villa over Brentford 3 goals to 1.
Mm.
In the world of netball, World Netball looking to make significant changes to the netball world. They are talking about a continental cup played every 2 years by the top team in the 5 world netball regions. And those regions are Asia, Oceania, Europe, America, and Africa. There are also discussions about making the Netball World Cup a biennial event rather than every 4 years.
Okay.
There's also talk of playing the Fast Five tournament more than once per year.
Okay. Okay.
Nothing has been written in stone yet,
Mm.
so we shall see.
But John, you hear too much about netball in the USA, even though it's a division, because you only hear about basketball, especially women's basketball.
Yeah.
So netball might have a
Net,
hmm,
you see, the netball, should I say, is more Commonwealth
yes,
thing, Trevor.
yes.
So it's not really big. I mean, they play, but and they have a team. US has a team,
And
but
but are they getting the top talent, when basketball is out there such an attractive alternative?
but I think what happens with the US team too, it's what I call them, expatriates who come here after
Yes.
maybe they have had their time in Trinidad or in Jamaica or Barbados, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and come here to play. Anyway, Netball Jamaica's annual general meeting scheduled for December 14th has been postponed to next month due to the unavailability of audited financial statements.
Oh boy.
Karen Rosen, Netball Jamaica's Director of Marketing and Sponsorship, says she is putting her hat in the ring for the presidency.
Okay.
Rosenbaugh says she intends to strengthen grassroots development and ensure that local coaches and umpires receive the necessary support to become internationally certified. Incumbent President Tricia Robinson remains tight-lipped about whether she'll seek re-election, but she seems to have had a rocky time as president.
Well, if she's getting challenged, she knows why.
Rural high school is a netball. Homewood going after both the senior and junior titles. They'll play Denby for the senior title and Manchester High for the junior title.
Hmm.
Let's hop on over to the Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, where former president of the National Association of Athletic Administration, Ephraim Seret, is the new head of the administration by defeating incumbent George Camisong 56-21 in elections over the weekend.
Hmm.
Seret actually stepped aside after 15 years running the administration when Camisong took over 4 years ago. But Camisong didn't have an easy tenure as president, and to rub salt into the wound, Trinidad and Tobago failed to medal at the Paris Olympic Games
Oh,
earlier this year.
yes. Earlier
Not
this year.
last year, earlier this year. Sherrod promises his team will bring innovative strategies and initiatives to advance athletics in Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, the rise of St. Lucia, really rub some salt in Trinidad's nose.
Well, and actually, and Grenada got won a couple of medals there
Yes,
in the
yes,
last Olympic
as I said,
Games.
those small islands, you know,
Yeah.
you know.
Hmm.
So,
Anyway, new Trinidad and Tobago head coach Dwight York in football is scouting Europe for players. Trinidad and Tobago Football Association President Kieran Edwards says they are in discussions with several players with Trinidad and Tobago roots from the diaspora
mhm.
at all age group levels as they look to bolster the under 19 and under 17 teams, but has not revealed who these players are. However, while scouting abroad, Coach York has already had a camp with local players.
Mm.
And St. Benedict's College maintained their unbeaten season with a 4-3 penalty shootout win over Signal Hill Secondary School and
Mm.
advanced to the secondary school's football league Coca-Cola National Intercol Boys Final against Fatima College tomorrow.
Okay.
And that's where the referee just blew the whistle and says, game over.
Game over. But
Folks, just want to remind you um, that you can go to the Winner Circle store in the Source of Bone shop and pick up available merchandise of your choice, as well as the great Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee. Look, have a great rest of the week as I see you next Wednesday.
yes.
And if you have a chance on Sunday from 5 to 7 on WPAT 9:30 a.m., you can listen to not only sports but some music too.
Yes. And you can also tune into socialbone.com and listen to Winner's Circle on Sunday with John, same time on the Social Bone Network. So if you do not go,
24 24/7, Trevor.
yes, but you also have your live program on Social Bone at
Yeah.
between 5 and 7 every Sunday. So if you're on the Social Bone network or on the platform, all you have to do at 5 o'clock on Sunday is to click live and listen to Winner's Circle with John and Conroy, and you won't be going solo this week, okay?
So that's www.socialbone.com,
Socialbone.com. And
and
you,
you will see radio. You click on radio and you have a choice actually of programs that you might want to listen to from the radio side.
yes, and that means you can listen to Winner's Circle all day long, all week long,
All night
social,
long.
and all night long. So
And
just
if you want to shift across on that screen, to Sosofat TV.
Oh yes, you can actually watch John Sports Corner on Sosofat TV on the Sosabone Media Network all week
Yes.
long, all day long, all night
Yep.
long. Yes, John. And don't forget now that with Christmas coming up, we have the rum cake and the Winner Circle Shop,
Sorry?
as well as sorrel and Blue Mountain Coffee. And if you feel like eating a bun, not giving anybody bun, but eating a bun,
Yeah.
you can buy a bun from the
You
Winner
know?
Circle Shop.
Yeah, yes. So, folks, just as I say, you're going to the Sosabone shop, and you may very well find something there that you can give as a Christmas gift. Christmas is coming, and don't be afraid to shop.
No, don't be afraid to shop. And everything there, John, is customized. Everything that says Winner Circle is customized. Years from now, there'll be what we call collector's items.
Mhm.
Customized. So let me again thank you, John, for taking time out to update our viewers and our listeners on what's happening in the world of sports as it relates to our culture and
Yes,
to our
sir.
community. Thank you so much, John. Thank you so much.
Thanks.